Good morning, everyone. We got beat up the other night by the Cubera snappers. The sharks were so bad. We hooked quite a few, but the sharks ate them all. We only got one head up. I'll show you some of that footage right now. So we're getting rigged up. We're using live lobster for bait. Oh yeah, look at that one. Get him rigged up. Sunset's going down. Almost put a hook in Kyle's hand.
We don't want to do that.
Nope, that would be bad.
It'd be easy to do doing this.
We caught a couple of these last year, but I got worked. I'm going back to try to get even with them this year. We even got Zach here. The Yeti's here. Zach was fighting male breast cancer. Now he's here. Talk about a turnaround of the century, baby.
Time to fight Cuberas now.
That's right, boy.
Big one. We need the big one tonight.
Sun's setting as we speak, so it'll be dark here in a little bit. And hopefully they bite tonight. So Dana really wants to see a Cubera snapper.
Ow! Get him!
Whoop him.
Keep on going. Come on.
Get him, Zach. Get him. Zach, get him. Yeah, whoop him, baby.
Holy smokes.
Leg broken. I couldn't see the line.
No! What did you do?
I'm nervous.
Oh, Nick's on!
Come on, Nick! Oh, get him!
Go forward if you can.
Get him, Nick! Come on, get him! Get him on!
Woo!
Yeah, dog.
Sharks are still real. Keep it moving. We need this.
Come on. Got somebody in the leg. Got a head.
Right at the bottom of the breeder was on the creek back here.
He's still breathing though. Well, sharks are real, ladies and gentlemen. Taxman. Sharks are real. Here.
They're one of the toughest and meanest fish to catch, no doubt about it. I saw my first ones ever caught last year, but we went back this year and they won, they beat us, so. However, we had one bait left over, and this was our bait right here. I mean, we were using live lobsters for bait to try to catch those Cubera snappers. And this was the biggest lobster we had, so we're actually gonna cook him whole, get a little bit of meat out of his head and his antennas up there and the knuckles and the legs. A lot of our lobsters down here in the Florida Keys, they're not really big, and it's a lot of work to get a little bit of meat out of them. That's why we usually feed the heads like the fish. The nurse sharks gotta eat too. They love them at the marina, so. But we're gonna cook this one whole. He's going on the Traeger right now. So we're gonna split them down the back here. You can do it on the bottom side too, but we're gonna do right up here at the top. So we're gonna start by putting the knife in, just like that. Once we get it started, we're gonna work our way down. Just like that. I kind of rock the knife back and forth. This table is a little wobbly. I try to put something underneath its leg, but it's still wobbling, so I'll have to fix that later on. So we're getting him split now. Let's finish up splitting his head here. We just go right down it all the way. Perfect, just like that. Now that he's split, we're gonna open him up. There you go. Now here's his vein right here. We're gonna pull that out. We don't want to eat that, so there we go. So we're gonna load him up with some olive oil first. This is the garlic olive oil from Alamorada. There's enough flavor in here that I'm actually not gonna even put any other seasoning on it. So we're gonna do garlic olive oil, plus a little bit of garlic and herb butter. Kerrygold there, so we're gonna load him up with that, then he's going on the Traeger. Get it all up inside there. We want to get a little bit up in here his head too. You can see there's some meat up there in his head. Perfect, just like that. All around him like that. Get a little bit more up in here. Perfect. And since Bean got me hooked on the Kerrygold, that's what we're using. That's a nice chunk of butter. Gonna load him up. He's ready for the Traeger. yeah. That's beautiful. Get these little legs spread out here. We're good to go. Alrighty. We'll come back in about an hour. So it's been a little bit over an hour. Assistant Chef Sadie's up. Say hi, Sadie. Wave to him. Say hi.
Hi.
Let's check this lobster out. Oh, there he is. What do you think, Sadie? You want to eat some?
I want to eat them. I want to eat them. I want to eat them.
There you go. Look at this thing. Now you can tell that it's pretty much done cooking. The lobster turned really red there. You can see the meat. I'm just gonna add a little bit more butter to them just to finish them off. That way we're not dipping in butter while we're eating it. But you can see that meat in there, nice and white. Oh yeah. Put a little bit more butter in them like that. A little bit up here. Gotta get it up in his head. Sadie, watch out, it's hot. A little more butter there. A little bit more butter there, we're good. So we're just gonna give them about 5 more minutes. That butter will be melted in there. And then we're gonna go put them inside and eat them. Here we go. Almost time for lobster.
Mom.
Yes.
I'm baby.
And that was our bait. That was our leftover bait. The Cubera snappers ate most of them, but they didn't eat that one. You think the lobster's done?
Mom.
You want to eat them?
No.
Just eat them.
Not that they eat them. They eat them.
Okay, here we go. Voila! Look at that. You can see all that garlic herb there from the butter. That looks good. Now we got to get them from there onto here. There we go. Time to eat them. Sadie, I got a lobster for you. Do you want lobster?
Mom.
Here's lobster time. Sassy, I made you lobster for breakfast. So it's feeding time for this lobster. You want some, Sadie?
Mom.
Yes, you do.
I want them.
I bet you do. Here we go. So we don't cook a lot of whole lobster. You know, usually we cook the tails, which we ate some other night. Jocelyn made that mac and cheese. It was killer. It was really good. But I wanted to do one whole one because we had a leftover one for bait. This was one of the bigger ones, actually, too. A lot of our lobsters down here, you know, like I said earlier, they're not really that big. So there's only a little bit of meat in their legs, but there's a little head meat, a little bit, and the antennas up there, like the knuckles. So we're gonna pick this one apart and eat them. We're gonna see how it turns out. Ooh, look at this. Yummy. You can see the garlic herb on there. Let's give Sadie a little bite. Ready? Want a bite? Do you like it? Is it good? Typical eat and run. She eats and runs away. We're gonna help us split them apart here a little bit more. Oh, look at that, his head just pulling right apart. Now this is prime right here. Look at that, came right apart so you know it's done. Garlic herb butter with some garlic olive oil on it. Here we go. Tastes like lobster. Now this was some of the head meat in here. You can see like along the edge here, where that pulled apart. So there's some meat on there. It's not a ton, but there's a little bit in there. If you have the time, you know, and the energy, you can definitely do it this way and get more meat off of them, so. And the head meat tastes the same as back there, so you can kind of pick it apart just like that. Get it up underneath there. Let's do this knuckle right here. So we're gonna break this apart. I'm gonna use these shears right here, and we're gonna cut this. Just like that, so we just kind of broke it. Now we just gotta get that meat out of there. We're gonna pull that apart there. You got a nice little chunk of meat in it. So there's gills there. You don't wanna eat that part.
His brains.
Look at this though. This is some of that head meat you lose when you just wring the tail. And both those things are garlicky, so it's like, you didn't need any extra seasoning on there. The olive oil and the butter was plenty. Here we go though. Lobster meat going down from the head. Very good. Tastes like garlic and butter. Hello, Mr. Lobster. A live ball there and his horn. Keep picking that meat away from his head up in here. Use your fork and just kind of pick it apart there. I probably could have cooked him a little less. I think I overcooked him a touch. I definitely did. Legs are breaking apart. They're a little too easy, so look at that big old chunk right there coming out. And that's pure lobster right there. That's Florida Keys lobster. And he could have been bait, you know, but he didn't get used as bait.
I don't know if he got much luckier being toasted on the grill by you.
That's true. So we're gonna pick the rest of him apart out of here. Now we can just scoop that meat right out of the shell, just like this, coming out. So I don't cook a lot of whole lobster. I think we've only ever done it a couple times. This one turned out pretty good. The meat's really good on it. You can tell the legs are a little brittle. I overcooked it a touch, so if I do it again, I'm gonna cook them a little bit less, but the meat coming out there is absolutely delicious. Really good and white. Plenty of flavor just with the olive oil and the garlic butter on it, so. Hope you all enjoyed that video. Hit that like button, make sure to subscribe. We'll see you next time. We got more videos coming your way. I'm gonna pick this lobster apart for lunch and go hunt Sadie down and give her a few more bites, so we'll see y'all next time. Sadie, 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 the lobster's gonna get you. It's okay, Sadie. It's just a lobster. He's cooked. Don't you want to eat him? Let's eat him.